recognize the flaws and vulnerabilities.
The point is, this is an entire fitted carpet, and it completely reframes everything we've done in the game up to this point.
So, I'm gonna as I watch this. So, I'm just gonna listen to like videos as I play. I've already kind of started a game, obviously.
By a prologue called Ground Zeroes, in which Snake has a little friend black site called Camp Omega, and also his area genius there. Right up until the end, at which point they go about as bad as it's possible to go, and then the helicopter.
Ah, fuck, I need food. I'm actually gonna take off the comment.
But gained a big chunk of shrapnel sticking out of your forehead, both of which came as something of a surprise during the game's first mission, in which you escaped the hospital with a mysterious bandaged stranger called Ishmael. You get to the end of the game though, and you realise that this whole time you haven't been playing as Big Boss at all. What about the other?
Okay, that's like way easier for me to see.
New blueprint acquired.
Gentlemen, welcome to Dubai. Yep. Still good. Yet to be seen, Sergeant. Got a lock on that transmission.
Ah, shit.
At first glance, Spec Ops The Line appears to be the most generic military shooter imaginable, with its cover-based shooting, gun co-action, and shaven-headed cheekbone protagonist, Captain Marcus Walker, who's even voiced by Nolan North.
Oh, I'm gonna die. I give up. That's why I love.
Final Fantasy VII Remake isn't a remake at all, but rather a total reimagining of the story that changes everything you thought you knew about Final Fantasy VII. The biggest new mystery in the remake is the identity and purpose of these Whispers, wraith-like ghostly figures that look like baby dementors and spend a lot of time hassling people in a very specific yet totally mysterious way. Learn from a talking dog, because this is a Final Fantasy game, that fate exists, is a fixed state, and is the will of the very planet itself. The Whispers are drawn to people who attempt to alter the course of fate and make sure that they don't by dementoring them up. It becomes increasingly clear during the remake's final hours that the fate that the planet wants is the events of the original Final Fantasy VII, and any attempt by characters to have anything new or unexpected happen is thwarted, such as when Sephiroth kills Barret, something that absolutely didn't happen in the original game, and thanks to the Whispers, doesn't happen in this one either. At the very end of the remake, Sephiroth cuts through the cloud of Whispers that keep the timeline on the right track, and is now outside the bounds of the fate that the planet has in store for them all. Aerith creates a similar path for your party, and declares that this is the point of no return, the point where they turn off the party in the original game, and onto something different. So from here on out, it's not a remake, it's a new game entirely, for anyone concerned with alternate realities and existing timelines. And is it just me, or is it getting a bit
30 seconds.
And yes, I know this seems like a completely elaborate way of engineering it so that Aerith doesn't have to die. Is anyone complaining? That's the part of the entire Final Fantasy community on Reddit.
You get 15 to 20% off everything in store and online.
50% off in-store floor samples, all with 18-month special financing.
Shop Premier Days now at Raymore Flanagan.
They are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. However, life is all about the struggle within this cycle.
If you want to talk about anything
Ow.
before them, and boy do we, then we need to talk about existential action RPG Near Automata. In this game, you start out playing the lingerie enthusiast combat android named 2V, who is fighting an army of machines on behalf of humankind, which is nowhere to be seen, alongside your earnest android sidekick 9S, who is everywhere to be seen. You better keep your guard up. After many hours, there comes a seemingly climactic boss fight, after which 9S becomes infected with a so-called logic virus, and 2V is forced to mercy strangle him. Following the mercy strangling, 9S is dead, and it is sad. Except then, he's not dead, because his consciousness has survived, and if he's not sad, he's the end credits. Wait a second, the trick here is that the
30
ending of Near Automata isn't actually the ending of Near Automata. If you think you've enjoyed and understood the full story just because you've seen the credits roll once, then my friend, you are wronger than that robot operator.
Oxygen.
Anyway, you can complete your first playthrough of the game and receive what appears to be a resolution, but you barely scratch the surface, which explains
were two. They were special class of members designed to execute your husband.
Not only that reveal, but we also find Nyad was particularly wise for this cycle of him always being murdered by his close companions. Using 40 hours of your experience in a strange new light, what with all the irritable small talk and eventual friendship taking place in the loop of inevitable murder against the backdrop of eternal war.
Dora, I'm aware of how to fight.
If all that seems a bit grim and nihilist, it is. But there remains hope that our android heroes will break the cycle and you can stop playing the automata.
However, the possibility of a different future also exists. A future is not given to you.
Choose your hair scalper nerd TikTok. Next week, Store, our award-winning scalp soap and lightweight shampoo and conditioner are made from silicone, dyes, and parabens. With short shine for healthy-looking hair. Treat yourself next week, Store.
Come here, you horny.
There's a wise old Latin principle that is culpes pona par esto, which I understand perfectly, and means let the punishment be the crime. No one understands it. Wrote the maxim better than he follows it. As proven by how he punished players who committed the crime of cheating at them. The punishments may seem pretty harsh, but they're also very funny. In our book, makes this the perfect system of physical justice. The accelerates were apparently not allowed to become crime fighting vigilantes. When Batman does it, let's put it ahead. And he's not even funny. Why does Batman get dressed up like Bat to fight crime when he doesn't even tell jokes during it? You guys make him Batman. Obviously, I guess his parents died to make him Batman, but that doesn't mean that he's allowed to do stuff and I'm not. Well, just because he's rich, that seems unfair, and this is like, we have, I think it should be way fairer, like,
Stanley worked for a company in number 4. Saturday said,
that's terrible. Combat, platforming, it's not exactly a fine candidate. Instead, he simply proceeds to one of the 16 possible endings by making choices along the way. There are no wrong answers. Like, not a multiple choice personality quiz. It's only acceptable if you end up in Hufflepuff. Being based on the source engine that powers Half-Life 2, there was still an run console in the Stanley Parable book. Same command to activate the server chip, as in Valve game, SPG-1. The results are just a
just trying to activate the server cheats, which of course runs the risk of breaking the entire game. We've got interactions with a strict order of scripted narrative events, and I just can't have that.
yeah, you don't see Gordon Freeman getting told off by a disembodied voice when he uses the give all weapons. Cheating in the Stanley Parable sees you sent to the serious room with its very serious tables, where you're sentenced to stay for 100 billion trillion years to think about what you've done.
I'm subjecting you to the most serious punishment I can think of. 100 standing here in the serious room. Perhaps after that,
This is Sunbeam.
about the severity
You know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the far side of Andromeda, and we have a saying there. There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former, but that only means you're overdue a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're it. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Signing out.
you agree with me once you fulfill your punishment. Infinity years in the serious room.
Still, plenty of time to work out which member of BTS I belong with. Ha! J-Hope? I don't think so.
The most fun thing about Slender Man is how he stalks you relentlessly, like a pale, skinny Terminator. Wait, did I say the most fun? I meant the most terrifying. That's the most terrifying thing about Slender Man, along with how he looks and how he sounds and his whole deal. You're familiar with his work. Ah, yes. Thank you, Zendy. And if you thought Slender Man's supernatural stalking was limited to the confines of the actual environment of the video game in which he exists, then friend, you are wronger than Zendy space. This horrible discovery was made by cheaters playing Slender the Arrival, who tried to evade the Slender Man by glitching themselves outside the boundaries of the game. With an obsession in grinding against the geometry that borders the level, a cheater can work their way into an off-limits area that was never intended for players to visit. At last they think to themselves, I have placed myself beyond the power of Slender Man, and therefore I have won the game. Now all that remains is to live out my days in this mostly featureless wasteland beyond the edge of the play space. Haha! Only. Having detected the cheater glitching their way out of bounds, the always reasonable Slender Man takes it upon himself to punish the trespasser personally, with a serious fine and a stern warning. Only kidding, he kills them instantly. Yikes! Looks like Slender Man's punishments are as disproportionate as his arms and legs. I'm only joking. Of course, we're all friends here. Slender Man, don't kill me.
If you're not familiar with the 1994 game Heretic, imagine Tim Guy took a break.
Oh, now I gotta make that.
Was published by Super Publisher id Software and featured the same fast-paced combat and coloured key collection you remember from Doom, but instead was set in a medieval fantasy world.
I thankfully have all those things.
Heretic borrowed a lot from Doom, so you might reasonably expect to be able to use the same cheat codes to unlock all the weapons or activate God mode. Either that, or you just end up fighting them anyway via muscle memory. Big mistake. The cheat code for God mode in Heretic was quickest, but if you instead typed in IDDD, which is God mode cheat to do, this happened. It feels like I was just killed by a vengeful god. Does that count? Similarly, typing
Passing 100 meters.
weapons,
Oxygen
and ammo,
efficiency
instead,
decreased.
you of all those things. Company baddies, but your rubbish wouldn't start. I feel like you're punishing me because of how similar your game is to Doom. Although in Heretic's defense, it did have some cheats that Doom didn't have. Okay, I take it back. All is forgiven. This cheat code rules.
Know that you too shall kneel before me, Avatar. You too acknowledge my authority. For I shall be your companion, your and your master.
Back before we had the immersive 3D worlds, the Elder Scrolls game was the ultimate series of fantasy role-playing roosts. Look, they were good for the time, alright? Ultimate 7, released in 1992, was another fantasy RPG traveling through relevant environments, portals, found in the woods near your house. The only thing I found in the woods when I was younger was the odd dead rabbit. As you'd expect from an Ultimate game, Ultimate 7 crafted a vast, evolving world and allowed you to explore such fancy locales as the Isle of Deeds, the Fens of the Dead, and our favourite, the Bog of Desolation. Could be a bleak marshland, could be the toilets in some student accommodation. Ultimate 7 was generally pretty tolerant to cheating. Start the game using specific parameters and you'd have access to a cheat menu that allowed you to power up your avatar, steal items from NPCs, and teleport around the map. the whole menu to facilitate cheating. Teleport to a specific set of coordinates, though, and you'd be called a thieving scoundrel bastard by Lord British. The representation of game developer Richard Garrett.
New blueprint acquired.
Lord British finds you guilty of the crime of cheating before sentencing you to fiery death, and even if you somehow survive, he's also wiped out all the other characters in the game. But not before he has a massive go at you for showing the results of your cheating to a friend. Or maybe even a few 100,000
Welcome
friends.
aboard, Captain.
Richard Garrett asks, with PlayStation Access.
I'll tell you once more. Press the resist button repeatedly to regain strength.
In the Metal Gear Solid series, versatile mainstay character Revolver Ocelot has worn many hats. Sometimes he's your professional rival, sometimes he's your deadly nemesis, sometimes he's your dog sitter, and sometimes he's wearing a sweet beret. Hats. Occasionally, like in the original Metal Gear Solid, Revolver Ocelot is both your rogued enemy and an electrocution enthusiast.
Among the Mujahideen guerrillas, I was known and feared as Shalashaska.
More like Revolver talks a lot, am I right? High fives? No high fives. I'm right there. In this scenario, Revolver Ocelot intends to zap you, Solid Snake, with electricity, like a car with a flat battery. Only instead of trying to get you to start on a cold morning, he's trying to get you to divulge intel and betray your allies. You know, torture. To resist this torture and prevent Snake from being electricked to death, you had to hammer a single button really, really fast. Of course, you could always keep this punishment dangerous and save your
Integrating
ability to
new
hit the
PDA
pain by
data.
using a controller with a so-called auto-fire feature and let it do the hammering for you. Or could you? No, no. With a fourth wall breaking meta warning, Ocelot told you not to cheat or he'd know about it.
Don't even think about using auto fire, or I'll know.
And if you thought he was bluffing, you thought wrong. Dead wrong. If Ocelot sensed you were using one of those turbo controllers, the game would disregard the input and let you die, resulting in a stone-cold game over and Ocelot getting in trouble for getting carried away again.
You did it again, Ocelot. Sorry, boss.
That being said, the game's ability to detect auto-fire being deployed was less than fully accurate, meaning there's always a chance you might get away with it. Whoever said cheaters never prosper clearly failed to account for this very specific instance. If only we'd known at the time. Ow!
To be honest, cheaters, I'm not sure how much more help you feel you need with the video game Titanfall. Your character can wall run, parkour, and double jump with the speed and grace of an Olympic gymnast. There's a gun that will literally aim for you, and every 5 minutes or so, you can call a giant robot suit down out of the sky.
Charger! Or when they're here and I'm blind as shit. Nope, I am
After all this assistance, things were still too hard for some Titanfall players, particularly on PC, where they were using hacks to do things like shoot through walls, automatically fire if someone moves through their reticule, and auto-target enemies. There's already a gun that does that, remember?
Seek fluid intake immediately.
So that they could land Titans on it, developer Respawn activated their anti-cheat countermeasures a few weeks after launch. But instead of just banning cheaters, this system operated slightly differently in that it put anyone together so that they all had to play against each other. It's a great idea, if only for the mental image of a bunch of bad sports toiling away in this digital dungeon as their various cheat programs automatically fight each other. What's also fun is how much obvious delight Respawn took in the whole process, as evidenced by the statement they released when the system came online. Great news, you get to keep playing Titanfall. Less great news, you only get to play with other cheaters. You can play with other banned players, something that will resemble the Wimbledon of aimbot contests. Hopefully the aimbot cheat you paid for really is the best, or these all-cheater matches could be frustrating for you. Good luck. Maybe just try playing the game properly next time, cheaters. Did you know there are giant robot suits? Really make the whole thing a lot easier.
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
The code is probably the most famous cheat of all time. Well, apart from my The famous button combination, up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, started off in the NES edition of Grady, but was popularised in the NES port of notoriously tough side-scrolling shooter Contra, where it offered 30 lives and was basically essential to getting anywhere in the game. Cheaters never prosper, more like fair players never get past the first level of Contra. The Konami code became so famous that it's now pretty much ubiquitous, appearing not just in multiple Konami games, but in loads of other titles from other publishers over the last 30 or so years. If you're playing a game, it's worth tapping it in because there's a pretty good chance something interesting will happen. Occasionally, though, this power can be used for evil, taking advantage of the fact that players will enter the code almost without thinking, enter it into the menu screen of Super Monkey Ball Jr., and it changes the title to the withering Super Nice Try. And if you enter a variation on it in the audio menu for Wave Race Crew Storm, the race announcer switches to one who relentlessly insults you.
You don't have an inferiority complex. You're just inferior.
The cruelest one, though, even crueler than that, is Radius 3, a sequel to the game that
Seek fluid
originated the
intake.
Konami code, which does this when you enter the cheat.
Vital signs stabilizing. Vital signs
Fair
stabilizing.
players never get past the first level of Contra, but they do get to not explode. In Gradius 3. I'll write this down.
You only have two faults. Everything you do and everything you say.
Hey, thanks for making it to the end of this video. There's a secret cheat code to unlock more content from Outside Xbox and Outside Extra. All you do is you click on this video here to watch Show of the Week from us, or the other cheat is to click on this video from Outside Extra, and that's Show of the Weekend. The secret cheats, so keep it to yourselves. But you discovered it, well done, there's 100 points.
Seek fluid intake.
The things you do in life can come back to bite you, as you'll know if you've ever tried a green shell in a Mario Kart game. Nowhere is this more prevalent than in video games, where it seems that everyone, from main antagonists all the way down to characters and side quests, are getting hoisted to death by their own petard in devices ironic enough to qualify for an episode of The Twilight Zone. The whole 7 of our favourite geniuses, killed by their own stupidity, have aware spoilers ahead for the following.
Earlier games in the Hitman series, you might be unaware of Agent 47's backstory, in which his clone created from a combination of DNA from 5 different people, at least one of whom was presumably Jason Statham. The rest of Agent 47's genetic material was drawn not from history's cheekboniest supermodels to create the ultimate set of cheekbones, as you'd suspect must have happened. 47 was actually genetically engineered to be the perfect super soldier and assassin. You can't argue that they did a good job.
Still, Mr. Delgado. I wouldn't want to stab you in my hands.
The mastermind behind 47's creation was one Otto Wolfgang Ortmeyer, who dreamed of creating a soldier who was superior in strength, reflexes, and intelligence, yet unburdened by a conscience, or the inability to fit into everyone else's clothes. For a while, this was all going pretty well for Ortmeyer, who used his fat-grown son to assassinate his rivals. However, if there's one thing we've learned about playing God to create super soldiers, it's that it's good, and you should do it. No, wait, wrong page. It's bad. It'll come back to bite you. Yeah, that makes more sense. In Ortmeyer's case, his comeuppance arrives at the end of Hitman, codename 47, when he attempts to lure 47 to the asylum he works at in order to have him
Seek
killed by
fluid
his new
intake
line of
immediately.
clones known as the number 48. Sadly for old Otto, he must have left the Statham DNA out of these ones, because they're all rubbish. And for once, 47 doesn't have to disguise himself as anything in order to get close to the target, on account of how he really looks a lot like his exact clones. And so Ortmeyer becomes just the latest hubristic scientist to be killed by his own creation. Although you couldn't let him finish monologuing first, what he said.
You have proved to be the things I so proud of. You? Oh, I should have known. I didn't even recognize my own son. You broke my heart, my son.
Alright, I take you back. Monologues are terrible. Go ahead, 47.
You Americans are nothing but shysters and traitors and slippery-tongued bullsuckers. I'm inclined to agree.
The 19th century was a period of great scientific leaps forward, which gave us such memorable inventions as the steam engine, the light bulb, and the homing tomahawk. One of Edison's, I believe. But for every scientific breakthrough, there are just as many inventions that land in history's waste paper basket. Red Dead Redemption lets us witness this process firsthand a number of times, like with this idiot who can't even invent an electric chair properly. Even worse than that, however, is the character Marko Dragic, a Serbian inventor that Arthur can encounter in Saint Denis. Firstly, demonstrating an invention of his, a remote-controlled boat that can fire miniature real torpedoes, because apparently kids' toys in the Victorian era kicked ass. Incredibly, Marko doesn't blow himself up and survives, having learned nothing, for you to encounter him later in the game at his lab, where he needs your help once again. Only this time, instead of asking you to do something safe, like detonating high explosives in a small lake in a busy city park, he wants you to run around with a bunch of lightning conductors during an electrical storm. It's all in the cause of dangerous science, however, because Marko has created a robot son who, thanks to your hard work nearly getting yourself electrocuted, is able to walk several steps before falling over and breaking. It's at this point, most people would probably give the whole steampunk Pinocchio thing up as a bad job and maybe find a different line of work in one of the popular professions at the time, such as mango farmer or Nikola
Emergency.
Tesla impersonator at
Starvation
children's parties.
imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
Unfortunately for Marko, he isn't ready to give up the scientific life just because he isn't any good at it. This dogged persistence proves to be his undoing. Once he made his robot capable of walking more than a few steps, he was also capable of murdering him and running off to the mountain.
Vital signs stabilizing.
You're pretty bad about killing his dad. Save the sob story, robot. You'll get the chair for this. Oh, wait. Okay, never mind.
Leave us alone, Peter! Leave me, Richard.
I said move.
This is all your fault. You hounded him for years and made him to a fault. And so what? Why don't you stop me?
For someone who's based his entire supervillain persona on telling jokes, the Joker's material is pretty terrible.
my blood, for example. I wish somebody would. This stuff is killing me.
Fancy getting a 90-minute Netflix special based on that. Perhaps Joker's just off his game because he's fatally ill. After all, at the end of the previous game, Batman Arkham Asylum, he was pumped full of Titan formula, and he's had a worse allergic reaction than that time I was stung by a bee covered in peanut butter. Alright, my material needs work, but I don't literally call myself the Joker. As Batman, you spend most of the game attempting to track down a life-saving antidote to Joker's illness. Not so much to cure the Clown Prince of Crime, but for yourself after Joker performs a hasty but remarkably effective transfusion of his own deadly blood while you were knocked out.
Why should I? Because now there's a teeny little bit of me in you too. That's... Oh, come on.
He clearly has an aptitude for medicine. If he directs his energies into becoming a good doctor instead of an evil comedian, we wouldn't be in this mess. I bet that's what his parents told him. By the end of Arkham City, Joker's extremely simple, easy to grasp, totally understandable, not at all confusing plan has become clear. 1. Ask Clayface to impersonate a healthy version of himself. 2. Make Talia al Ghul think she has killed Clayface Joker. 3. Shoot Talia al Ghul in the back. 4. Have Batman fight Clayface. 5. Explode the floor for some reason. You know what? I've started to think you might not have a plan. When Batman finally gets his hands on the life-saving antidote and takes a slug for himself, all that's left is for the honourable Batman to give the rest to Joker so that he can take the cure and live a rich, full life of doing crimes and telling bad jokes. Hope Joker doesn't do anything to screw that up, because that is literally the only antidote in existence.
Think of it as a running
Right, first thing, that's not a gag, running or otherwise. Second thing, you idiot.
Are you happy now? Do you want to know something funny? Even after everything you've done, I would have saved you.
Okay, Batman, that's also not funny. No Netflix special for you either.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it?
Maybe it's Chris. Playing through the Resident Evil games, you kind of have to wonder just how stringent the recruitment process is for the team that play a pivotal role in the series, known as the Special Tactics and Rescue Service. There's got to be an easier way of saying that. Thanks, Nemesis. Their team medic is 18 years old, so we can be fairly certain she hasn't had time to graduate medical school. Most of them seem to panic in any kind of combat situation.
I am astrologist Mona Magistus.
And their helicopter pilot is an abject coward who flies off in terror at the first sign of danger.
No! Don't go!
Then there's the fact that they don't seem to have any kind of consistent uniform policy. Some of them report their own weapons from home, and, judging by the desk space in their office at the RCPD headquarters, no one from Bravo team has anywhere to sit.
Leon!
It's good to see you're still among the living. It all starts to make sense, however, when you discover during the first game that the STAR's commanding officer, Captain Albert Wesker, is in fact an employee of pharmaceutical megacorporation Umbrella, a fact that surfaces when you find a photo of Wesker with his Umbrella colleagues, a photo that also reveals that Wesker is the kind of asshole who wears sunglasses in a work photo. The idea, such as it is for Wesker to pose as the STAR's commanding officer so that he can lure the members to the Spencer Mansion to gather combat data on Umbrella's bioweapons by seeing how they fare against trained police with serious firepower. Obviously, the bioweapons do pretty well against Bravo team, they're sucking and all, but it turns out that Chris, Jill, and Barry are a lot tougher than, say, Forrest Speyer, who, armed with a bazooka, managed to lose a fight to some crows. Luckily for Wesker, he has an ace up his sleeve. His greatest creation, the experimental Tyrant bioweapon, 8 feet of muscle, sinew, and bone claws, with a big exposed heart on the outside of his body, which seems like it's designed for, but that's why we run these tests, I assume. Another reason to run them tests is to make sure that, say, for example, the tyrant doesn't immediately turn on his master and impale them with his bone claws. Because from a business standpoint, that's really going to tank the share price, and from a Wesker standpoint, he's dead now. What?
Why hello there,
Don't
fine
come this
beings.
way! No!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just out of nowhere, I heard something.
So Ronnie Comeuppance making an important point about the hubris of trying to play God. However, later games of the series retconned Wesker's death, rewriting the events of Resident Evil 1, so that getting stabbed through the chest by his own science project was actually
Fucking lost
all
as
part of
hell.
Wesker's plan.
I knew it'd scare you, Mew, ha ha.
We last met Spencer Estate. Well,
Which, to be fair, is what I would tell people too if I'd had something this embarrassing happen to me. Sure, all part of the plan, Wesker. Whatever you say.
Behold! The end of the world is upon us. Itself has overflowed upon the world, defiling us all.
If you believe the Dead Rising games, 95% of the population is just one zombie outbreak away from going completely hat-stand and taking up some deep, weird hobbies.
How's
There's the
life?
murderous clown, of course. And
Well, I fucking lost as
and
hell.
don't forget, oh, it's okay. Another murderous
Trying to
clown.
find my house.
They voiced that one.
Is this where it is?
Another popular choice is starting your own religion, because after all, what loving God would allow something like a zombie apocalypse to happen on their watch? Apart from Zomblor, god of zombie kingdoms. Yeah, that guy. No, much better instead to start everything again from scratch and form a new religion, based around shared beliefs and new ideas, such as the idea that you can put together a passable green goblin...
Just use the escape pod marker and trace back to your base.
No, I have another base. I don't have just the escape pod. And I was supposed to put a beacon down, and it happens every fucking time I leave. I should be better at remembering where it is at this point, but nope. I'll find it eventually. I'm just kind of being derpy.
They're led by one Sean Keenan, who seems like a smart guy, and I'm not sure what he did prior to the zombie apocalypse, but he's taken to this messianic leader thing like a duck to water.
Usually you know your way to the base from the escape pod.
I thought I did, and then I, you know, I went to go. Wait.
Well, you should at least.
I should. And I thought I did, and I left the base, and apparently I didn't.
Ordinarily, I'd say this is the least of their problems, but at the end of Frank's fight with him in the first Dead Rising, Sean turns to this false idol for salvation without realizing that the giant sword sticking out of it has made it somewhat top-heavy. And thus, the ironic fate
No
of Sean,
scanner
a
room.
man who enjoyed sticking big swords through people and ended up with a big
Big
sword
dumb
stuck
over
through
here.
him.
Don't mind me.
My advice, if you ever start a cult, make sure the thing you're worshipping is round and soft, like Kirby, or a big pillow. The whole thing can be napping all day. Actually, this is starting to sound good. Who else is in?
Well,
Yeah, I'm kind of just like looking at this point. I'll find it eventually. It's just that I just got the thing for the scanner room. That's why I was going back to.
If you're good at quick time events, if you're not, it's a whole different story. Detroit is a sci-fi game with unique courage to ask the question, what if robots, but with feelings?
I doubt there's a heaven for androids.
Detroit tells a story about robots gaining consciousness, following 3 androids
Well,
as they break their programming and attempt to find
I think I
meaning and purpose in their new existence.
close the game. Because it's...
Around artificial intelligence, the
oh
nature
well,
of
at least you
consciousness,
got
and
something
the way
very
humans treat
useful.
androids. Man, this would make a great TV series or novel or movie. Let me just check no one's done this before. Oh, okay, never mind. Whichever side you come down on the android humanity issue, however, I think we can all agree that luring androids into your home under false pretenses and then reshaping them to the bad category.
Luther is just an valvoline has been innovated for 150 years. Now it's
Welcome aboard, Captain.
one engine oil for all vehicle types, so you can reduce your fleet's cost per mile. Valvoline, trusted for 150 years.
I think I found it. I think I was going in the wrong goddamn forest.
I believe in you, come on.
I'm gonna be so pissed. I believe. Nope. Okay, so now I'm just lost in forest.
Andronikov, the antagonist in the chapter Slack Code, claims he is going to help our heroes escape to Canada, but is actually looking to reset Android Kara and resell her for a profit.
Stop! I don't want to be reset. Let me go.
Managed to escape the reset and even stumble across Slatko's experiments to discover that not all of his androids get resolved. Some of them he holds on to, so he can tinker with them to try and create monsters. It's almost enough to make you wonder.
Oh, I think I fucking found it. I was going through the wrong forest. I really am stupid. What is happening right now?
First up, Zlatko's android Lurch, the tall, stoic Luther, takes his shotgun away. Then the horde of android monsters shows up to give Zlatko a stern talking to about the nature of consciousness and the immutable quality of the soul. Only kidding, they beat him to death. Look at all that stuff. I'm your master!
Oh wow.
This is a one-sided fight.
That's lag.
Either.
Fucking Christ.
You must stop hearing it, or else something terrible will happen.
Calorie
You have to
intake
feel a bit
recommended.
sorry for Dr. Curious for this all House of the Dead from House of the Dead.
Okay,
Did it scare you?
Search Directorate.
I was very startled.
His young son Daniel was struck down with a terminal disease. Curious.
I remember there used to be a compass at the top. Do I need to make that now? I think I do. Yeah, I'm gonna just go back to the
Underneath this elaborate Gothic mansion.
buoy and make a compass as well for next time.
Now, where have I heard that before?
Don't come this way! No!
Yeah, as I recall, that worked out super well for everyone involved. I refer you to our previous entry. Dr. Kieran conquered his son's disease using a device of his own invention called the bioreactor, which allows him to alter the genetic code of any living creature. Bad news is, Kieran went just a tad evil after that, harnessing the DNA editing capabilities of the bioreactor to create all these gross hostile zombies, rather than using it for a noble purpose, like, say, editing my DNA to give me the same hair as Steve Harrington from Stranger Things.
Do you have the multi-purpose room?
I'll find it. I know I will.
Entire army of Kieran's abominations.
It's gonna take me a while.
Final
That's all.
confrontation with the Doc.
I have lost it before.
Other ideas, and Six's latest twisted monster.
I just...
Unfortunately, Kieran
It's a small base, like...
also has other ideas.
It's just so that I don't have to go as far for, like, food. Oh. Hello.
Why don't you follow my instruction?
Guess you've got to edit in the following instructions.
Seek fluid
DNA.
intake
The story
immediately.
doesn't end with Kieran's death, though. In House of the Dead 3, the personality
What are you listening to?
resurrected as a metal skin.
Just like,
Boss. Spoiler alert, he ends up destroyed by his other creation.
it's just this... Woo! Captain! They, like, they're outside Xbox, and it's just kind of interesting to listen to in the background. while I'm doing other stuff.
Oh.
Wait, I know. I know how to tell where I am. I just realized. I know which way from the boat I am. So if I see the boat, I'm this way.
Emergency. Starvation imminent. Seek calorie intake immediately.
Well, I just died, okay. Or I'll just die. Maybe it'll take me to my house. And I could just make a fucking compass.
Knew it.
I think it's the radiation that killed me.
And a beacon.
Yeah, I need to make a beacon. I don't think I have the blueprints for a beacon though. Ah, yes! I'm home. What did I lose? I lost copper, didn't I? The one fucking thing I needed.
I was trying to tell you, but the messages didn't go through.
Wait. See, I don't know how to make one.
Deployables. Oof. Nice glasses.
Thank you. Compass, copper wire, and a wiring kit, so I think I can make a wiring kit, but I need to go get copper. I'm gonna leave. Where the fuck was I? So Well, I guess I don't get to know. I guess my sea moth is gone. Gone forever. That's annoying. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was way off. Okay. So, lesson learned.
Scanner room has a marker built-in.
Yeah, but I also need to know my way, and I'm tired of getting lost, like when I leave. So, I'ma continue. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, back to the house. Need to finish taking it down.
Do you know what the scanner room does?
Yeah.
seconds.
Okay, thought so.
No, I don't. I don't want to go far away, but I don't think they have any table coral samples around here. Wait, yes they do. I know where they have table coral. Hello, come here. Usually there's some table coral on there, if I'm lucky. I think. Pero... Come on. Damn it. They used to have table coral on them at least. Wait, do I have some? Please tell me I have some from last time. I really don't want to go all the way back. Yes! Yes! Go! Freaking pass, Caitlin.
Guess what?
What?
Chicken butt. Disapproval intensifies.
I'm a failure, okay? I don't need you to tell me that I'm a failure. My mom can tell me that. What? Okay, they used to connect, but guess they don't anymore.
No cause of my joke.
Uh.
30 seconds.
There was something blocking it on THR inside.
Yeah, I realize that now. Hello. That's cool. Shit. I used all the copper. Okay, now I gotta go get, three charged batteries. Oh, look at my sea moss. This is like just a happened outside. What is happening? I'm gonna go. Goodbye. Yeah. Bye.